Welcome to a 2023 CrossCourt broadcast from Cracked Racquets. Tonight, we've got a top 10 matchup with number 10 Baylor hosting number 3 TCU. And with Gruskin out of the loop to this week, he's off to Seattle to do the women's indoors. You've got me, Chris Halioris, and if I'm going to have to host this ship, I can think of nobody I would rather have here with me than the 10-time All-American, the only 10-time All-American we've got in men's history, former North Carolina Tar Heel, playing currently doubles down in Dallas today, just a couple hours ago, getting off the court. Will Blumberg. Will, welcome and glad to have you.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. As always, I hope you get your flowers. Thanks all for what you've done for college tennis. It's an honor to broadcast this match with you. Big top 10 matchup leading up to National Indoor. So super excited to watch it. TCU just, had a tough buster with North Carolina, which they got the better of them. So I'm excited to watch a great match and hopefully we get another one like that.
Yeah, I think we're getting probably ready for the coin toss here. But as you mentioned, TCU coming off a good start to the season. North Carolina, your former Tar Heels really had them on the ropes there. A 4-3 match came down to a third set. I mean, you couldn't ask for a closer match and a great result, honestly, for North Carolina. I know you still follow the guys. A lot of doubts as to what's there necessarily. Can they be a top 10 team? Obviously showing they can, and they were the part, and they're going to get to see what they can do at indoors as well, with both of these teams also making it to the men's indoors next week. This is just a good setup for what could be, another match to come in a week or so.
Absolutely. Looks like maybe they're just starting in doubles, so maybe we'll head down there and check it out. But this is, huge doubles point, and we'll see who starts better.
Yeah, let's take us down to the courts. Super producer Westoff, the great triple box view from super producer Westoff on the ones and twos tonight. Just showing if we have a need to go three courts, as we are showing just the start of doubles here, we will. But let's go ahead and zoom in on court one, where we've got, I didn't quite see that. It looked like Baylor was serving. I didn't quite catch it. I don't know if you did there, Will.
I believe Baylor serving. Yep.
Yeah, so we should have here a matchup. I want to make sure that we got a couple. There are a couple top 10-ish doubles teams for these two squads. Bass and Mizuchi for Baylor are currently 9th ranked in the ITA. Sandra Zhang and Louis Maxted are number 11 for Baylor. Get a quick look at the lineups here. We'll get a quick run through on each of these courts, let you know who. They don't quite have the names on the play site screen for us yet. Oh, we don't have them in the scorecard either. And that certainly does look like Mizuchi and Bass on the Baylor side of the court here.
I'm unsure as who's in the do side. Maybe looks like Famba in the ad court for TCU. Could be wrong, but I believe that's Famba.
Yeah, that's definitely Luke Famba there.
Great wide serve. Great second serve to start the match. That was a pretty big second serve. On the Baylor side, obviously well coached as well. Here we had TCU alum Alex Rybakov playing, qualified into the main draw in Dallas. Saw Coach Roditi and Devin yesterday. Was chopping it up with him about the North Carolina match, but I don't think you can really say enough about that program, how they're coached. Devin, I believe, in my opinion, is one of the best coaches in college tennis. Obviously had Cam Norrie and Rybo and many other good players, but he knows how to get their players going, and teaches them exactly how to play the right way. So I've always had a tremendous respect for him.
Absolutely. And for the fans there, if you're not familiar here, Luke Famba, you're going to see some big hitting here, big serves, big guy. Looks like 3 courts wide. Looks like we had holds on all 3 courts to start the match. Oh, Famba was going right at him.
I always like that play. A chip lob in doubles is used as a good play. I always think it is a good play. That one aired a little bit more in the middle, but I don't mind. I mean, sometimes it's tough to go around them. Sometimes you got to just hit it as hard as you can up the middle and, apologize after. But maybe he was being a little nice there. I wonder if they color coordinated their uniforms today. One all black, one all white.
Yeah, you got these old eyes are trying to figure out if that's really legit all black or if it's camera playing tricks and there's a little purple in the TCU. I can't. I think you're right. It
Well,
does
don't
look
worry,
all
I
black.
can't tell either. Oh, what a point!
Oh,
what a close by Famba.
Yeah, we're going after. I not a bad play to go at him at the net, but he was all over both the forehands and the closing backhand there.
Yeah, actually, if I were to go back and tell the Baylor team there, I would have not gone at Famba on that first forehand he had. I would have gone back to the player in the baseline. I think Famba's, obviously solid up at the net, so just unneeded, I felt like. But after that, credit to Famba for closing on those volleys. It's always difficult, playing these huge matches, top 10 matchups, right? These are ones you circle. Obviously, it depends on how you do in the beginning of the year, but you come out, you're a little nervous, right? You got a ton of adrenaline. One team's playing home, obviously one team's away, but for the away team, you're going into someone else's home, and so it's interesting to see how they're coming out. Obviously Famba serving bombs. Obviously the adrenaline playing a part of that, but be interesting as the match goes on and as their emotions kind of settle in. What are their tactics and how they're working on. So you see Devin talking to him now. So just see if they can get going in this return game here.
Yeah, and it's always tough in a quick start in doubles, right? You're playing one set, 6 games, big servers, one break could be the set, right?
Absolutely. So could be over in 10 minutes. Great close there. So it looks like we have Famba and Fernley on court 1, Sander Jong and Maxted on court 2. I don't want to say this wrong, but Gordon's knee and Vives on court 3. So that's who we're looking at here on court 1. So we'll see. That's the TCU lineup. Good move. Nice. I didn't mind the move there from Fernley.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness.
I love it. Yeah, good play by Baylor. Look, he went up the singles line, right? That's how they teach you, right? You don't need to go around him if you're going line, commit to it. So, with Famba having a one-hander, I in a lefty serve here, you'd look for him to serve more slider into the body and have your partner kind of creep on the net. But looks like Famba's been doing a good job fighting him off. But I'd be looking for more of those from the Baylor team.
Oh, nice serve from Wampy there. Yeah. For those maybe a little familiar with the TCU teams of the past, Famba kind of been a stalwart the last couple of years at the top of the lineup for them. Fernley's made a nice jump over the summer. We'll see what we get for singles lineups tonight, but Fernley's been playing the 1 spot with Sander Jong at 2 and Famba down at 3. Once we get to singles, we'll take a look, but Fernley making the nice jump and pairing up with Famba here. Famba at 3 in singles indoors is absolutely, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's quite crazy. I actually would say that any way that TCU can play their lineup is pretty nuts. I mean, they have some players that are not playing that are, I believe were top 500 in ATP ranks and good players. So TCU is stacked. They have to be one of the favorites to win national indoors here, especially with Famba playing 3.
And as you mentioned, national indoors, TCU, the defending national indoor champions, beating Tennessee in the final last year. Definitely going to be obviously one of the favorites coming in. Although, if Baylor can manage to somehow take care of business at home here, might throw a little bit of a wrinkle in that, but And I know these TCU guys get up for it. Roditi, they came here I think it was 2 years ago. Uh, we poke at him a little bit. Roditi always does his frog report after the match. Gets a little flex under the Baylor logo after they won on the road. Baylor later returned the favor in the season, but yeah, these guys. I mean, this is not only is it a big top 10 matchup, but it's a big intrastate rivalry matchup for these guys.
Oh, absolutely.
So our
Here's
first look.
court 2. Yep, we have for TCU Sander Zhang and Max did for Baylor. These are tough names. I might need some help on these ones, but Velch and Perulek.
Yes, Teddy Perelek and Zambor Velch. Velch, a freshman. Yeah, Perelek. The interesting thing with Teddy, 2 years ago played for TCU, transferred to Baylor, so he was actually around, I guess, for your senior, even probably your junior year. His final year was the Orlando year of NCAAs.
Yep.
His final year at TCU, that is.
Oh, what a get!
But not again.
Not again. Looks like that was love 15 too. I mean, it's worth noting too in these college doubles matches, love 15 is a big thing. I mean, if you get that point, love 30, you're real close to a break. So all these points matter. Even serving up love 40, up 40 love, down love 40. You want to be really locked in, especially in a one set no ad format.
Oh, that was a good get. Yeah, for the fans not familiar with the college doubles format, they do play. It is one set, as we mentioned earlier, but as Will mentioned, it's no ad. So, love 30 is a big advantage in a no ad game. So if they can manage to put the pressure on them, if you get a 15-40 point here, you've got 3 break points.
Absolutely, and noting in that last point there, you can see there's maybe some new partnerships and some guys that aren't 100% comfortable. They let a ball there go through the middle that ended up being a backhand slice and came up with some amazing volleys. But that would be a ball typically that the guy in the ad would hit a middle forehand instead of a slice backhand. But 30 all here. We'll see what he does for the serve. Last time I believe he went body backhand, going in the eye, looking to create a little bit of an uncomfortable position. If he goes T, I'd look for the returner to pull line. If he goes wide, I'd look for the returner to go cross. And it worked for him.
How do you like the I formation, Will?
I do like it. I think that it's all about perception. So, where you line up, and it's just giving the opponent the perception that you are somewhere that you might not be or you might be. But it's kind of creating, for me as a returner, though, honestly, I didn't mind it because it gives you almost like a bowling alley view of like, hey, this is where I need to be, So just a little 50-50 as we come up here on our first juice point. So it's interesting. So let's see who takes it. See if they go I position here. I'm still in the ad, so let's see. I believe the guy in the ad's taking it. We'll see if they go back to the I. No I position.
Oh, one set of good hands, couldn't get the second one.
Great move up there at the net to take it. He thought he hit a winner, actually. And that ball looked like it had some weird spin on it because when it bounced way to the right. So good job there by TCU. Not a bad point by Baylor, honestly. But credit to them. I mean, like I've always believed and said, the people who play to win in college doubles matches most often will win. Even if you cannot play scared, you cannot play not to lose. So credit to them, and they're up an early break because of it.
Yeah, let's get a run Westhoff over to court 3. Looks like we've got breaks on every court now. Baylor up a break on the court 1. TCU just went up a break here on court 2. TCU up a break as well here on court 3. And boy, this could be big trouble here for Baylor.
Absolutely, down a break on 2 courts.
Already down a break here and down love 30 on the service game.
Yeah, this would be brutal. As you see, Coach Roditi's staple hat there on the left side of your screen. Legendary. Wow, what a return.
4 break points now for TCU to go double break, and probably all but put this court away. And this is on the far side for TCU here on court 3, Sebastian Gorsny and Pedro Vives. We got Ethan Musa and Luke Koenig for Baylor.
If they're going to have any chance at winning this match, I believe they need to win this game. This would, to me, would be a must-win game. Good move, good try, but it's a little bit difficult for them.
Oh, he called that wide?
That was a crazy call. What happened there? Did he give it to him?
I couldn't tell, but I mean, if he was either overruled or he called it, deep, not wide, it certainly wasn't wide.
Oh. A lot going on there in the last 2 points. Ace, maybe an overrule, backhand that almost hit him. It seems crazy. Ref on the court. Here we are, 15:30. This is the first test for TCU, right? They're up 2 breaks. They're feeling real comfortable, so we'll see what happens when they're faced with their first test. And a big serve there. Just like it is, right? I mean, if you're up 2 breaks, could be away pretty quick, but in the same sense, you can be back just like that. So, when I watch these matches always, and I watch these college guys, I want to see them locked in and never giving in. I want to see them never surrendering, so we'll see what happens. And I like the energy from Baylor trying to fight back. Here they are, falling back. I like to see that, right? I mean, even if you lose the match, and if you're going to lose the match, you want to see them clawing back. And just because, honestly, I mean, they get this break back, that's one more, right? They hold and they break again on a reduced point, and they're back in the match. So credit to them for continuing to fight. On court 1, just an update. Baylor's up 4-1, has 15:30 for, almost a seal on the match. Court 2, TCU's up 4-2, but Baylor is love 30. So maybe they'll be break back. So you never know. This could be a an all important match.
Yeah, we'll see this game out, and then we'll switch over to court 2. If Baylor can't come back here, they obviously have to do it on court 2, and with a Love 30 lead, it's a chance to get that break back.
Yep, absolutely. So here we have a deep point. Maybe after this deep point, we'll go check on court 2.
Getting a little noisy there. When I spoke to Coach Woodson today, he said he expected the same tonight. Last week they had to turn about 100 people away from the indoors. They couldn't fit them, and expected to have the same sort of atmosphere in there again tonight.
Absolutely. Here you see TCU in a high position. Tricky momentum swing there. Maybe we can go check out on court 2 now. As looks like Baylor has a couple break points here.
Yeah, four of them. That overhead erase is 1, but still 3 break points to get back on serve here.
Absolutely, which could turn into an all-critical match here. As on court 1, Baylor looks to be up a break 4-2. So you never know. This one could be real important. You look for a high percentage first serves while serving down break point. That's for sure. That one looked just wide. So we'll see. See if they attack it. See if they make them play. I'd love to see them go cross court, make them play, and follow it in with good energy. There you are. Right back on serve. So now Baylor serves 3-4, up a break on court 1, and now it's a match. Now it's a doubles point. So as the emotions evened out and as the levels evened out, now you see 2 top 10 teams playing.
When Teddy hits that backhand and it's on, I love that backhand.
That's clean. Yep.
Yeah, TCU looking to close out a quick one here, but I think, as you said, it's probably coming down to court 2. Still not over on 1, but back on serve on 2. That's probably the swing match.
This looks like this one's all TCU on this match 3, which is a little bit deceiving because it looks like it seems like Baylor had their chances, but credit to TCU for winning all the big points at the moment.
Yeah, I'm almost afraid to be at the net if I'm Baylor on court 3 now. At 5-love, TCU's just going to tee off.
Yeah, but you can't show them you're scared of the ball.
No, exactly. You think I don't want to be here, but you obviously can't show it.
Yeah, if it were me, you'd rather take one in the chest than, not think you're scared to be there. And quite honestly, if you do take one in the chest, you might return the favor later in the match if it drops out. We'll see. It looks like, on court 1 here, obviously we're showing court 2 and 3, but Baylor serving 40-15, 4-2 up, so they're cementing their lead. If they can get a hold there, 5-2, they're pretty close on court 2. As we see here, it looks like Baylor serving 30 love, so, the match has, gotten really serious, so between court 2 and 1, looks like it'll be a big double point.
Yeah, good fight back for Baylor here on court 2 to
absolutely.
To make it a point.
That's the thing. It's just really 1 point difference, right? I mean, you could be down, 3-0, break, hold, and you win a deuce point, right? It's only 1 point difference, but you're back in the match, so you can never really stop fighting, as cliche as that is.
Wow. Don't like to give those up.
And that's like we're saying, right? I mean, all these points are huge. I mean, if you toss in a double, let's say that was 15-all, right? Yeah, your opponents are only 2 points away from almost sealing the doubles point, so you got to be locked in on each point. You can't really give away anything free. I don't know about you, Chris, but I love the run around there.
Yeah.
I feel like you got to make them play, but I really like that play. That to me is playing to win, right? Trying to assert yourself, trying to be dominant. You don't want to get a little bit ahead of yourself and do something silly there with dumping it in the net, but I do like the way that he went for that.
Absolutely, especially if you can get around it and you're not just, you don't end up with with your arm in your chest and you can actually still extend. Absolutely, it's aggressive.
There you are. 4-all on court 2. That's Baylor. TCU looks to serve it out on court 3, so. Oh, looks like TCU on court 1 maybe fought back and got a break back there. Am I seeing that correctly?
You are. They did.
3-4.
So they're back on serve on court 1 now as well. So now Baylor's going to have to get 2 matches from on serve here.
Absolutely. It looks like, on that court, Baylor was serving 40-15, 4-2. So credit to TCU for not giving up there. But that was a little bit of a botched service in there. Play there on court 3, just routine right now for TCU. Good first serve, put it away volleys here. They have 4 minutes here. And as they get that base back on court 1, adding the pressure of 1-0 when all you need is 2 is pretty big.
Yeah, I think when we were watching Mizuchi serve, I think he was the first serve on 1 for Baylor, which would mean that they actually broke Bass. I would think that Mizuchi should be a nice advantage for them serving the lefty serve out to the one-hander of Famba. So Bass is probably the guy they need to go after more.
Yep, and as you see there on court 3, TCU takes the first match in doubles here. So great plan by them. Looks like a steamroll from point number 1. So maybe we can split court 1 and 2 now and check out the end of this. But looks like a dogfight. I will say sometimes in doubles and even in singles, but particularly in a one-set doubles match, when you're serving up a break, 4-2, 40-15, you feel like the match is almost done, and it kind of gets ripped from underneath you. It takes a little bit of yourself to say, hey, you know what? Let's keep the energy going, keep fighting. So, good for them to not have a little dip here. It looks like they're bringing the energy, but that's not easy.
Yeah, TCU does their job there on 2, force Baylor to hold to stay in it. So hard to get around Famba at the net.
Super difficult. And even that scoreboard pressure is just so important, right? TCU's got the 5, Baylor serving 4. It doesn't really change anything as if it were tied, but you start to go love 30 here, 15-30, you start creeping and you feel like the doubles point could be over. So always something to note and not easy to deal with.
Yeah, and on top of it, you've got a freshman here serving for Baylor. Could be a tough spot for him, trying to stay in the match. Couple solid points from him though, getting serving volley and getting in.
Absolutely, and if you're TCU in this moment, you want to give almost nothing free, right? I mean, you want them to earn every single point. even if they put it away at the net or do whatever they need to do. But I think you want to make them play as many shots as you can at a high level. Right, as you see there, right? Whether that's nerves or whatever the decision is, but taking a forehand to the fence, as we all do it. But you want them to play and you want them to feel them, right? I mean, 30 love can turn to 30, 15, 30 all, and then you're 2 points away from the double point. So, I'd love to see him locked in. Good on Baylor to make good first serve, but I'd love to see him just a little bit more locked in. Not that they're trying not to be, obviously, but like him to go for a little less margin, a little more margin. Right? As you see, it's just too many gifts.
Yeah, yeah. That's in college doubles, half the battle is just making the return. The team that puts the most returns in play is probably in good shape 80% of the time.
Yep. Well, looks like on court one, did they call that one out? We'll wait for the score to flip, but could be a. Oh no, they called it in.
Oh no, it's Bass serving now, which means they did break Wampy.
Bamba and Jake, who were, I believe, #1 in the nation last year, was told from their, good friend, old teammate Alex Rybakov that they're great friends, which is not something to shrug off. I really do believe that, especially in a lot of these matches, the closer you are, and the camaraderie that you have is super important.
Yeah, we've seen that in a lot, not just between doubles teams, but teams as a whole, right? You can see teams with a ton of talent that don't play like a team, and teams that might be even a little, on paper, a little under talented, but if they play as a team and all the guys are together, it's it's not an individual match in college.
No, absolutely not. They call it, family brotherhood, but it's all serious. And as the matches come closer and get tighter, you see a lot of it match, right? I mean, here you go.
Oh.
So 5 all, 15 all, double fault, right? They're just giving too many free points. I'm sure that the coach are telling them the same, but you just cannot be giving this many free points. You want to see a higher percentage first serve, go play to win. Interesting to go in the eye position here. I bet a first serve will come in, and if Baylor can make a good return, I bet they win the point.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
and that's the play. They go eye. You gotta go down the line, right?
Absolutely. Or if you go cross, you just pick your target. But when a team has been, they missed 3 returns in a row, double fault, right? You get the sense like, hey, I need to make this ball here. So same here, right? 15-40, 5 all. You get the sense they need to make this return, this serve. So you almost can know that this serve is not coming in as big as it should be. So you kind of step on it. Huge break there from Baylor on court 2. I bet the energy is ginormous.
And now the scoreboard pressure's flipped as they go up 5-4 with scoreboard pressure on 1.
Yep.
And actually a break to serve for the match on 2. So
absolutely. Now we have a full match. If they can, this is why I love college doubles, especially in college tennis, because if they can get this hold, then your focus goes on court 1. Probably would be 5 all if they do hold. So this is, you don't want anything better, right? Coming down to your best team. If you're TCU, you're happy that it's Bamba and Jake, and looks like the referee is probably telling the fans, hey, chill out a little bit. Pretty typical on
yeah, absolutely getting that. And I think we should have Famba serving here. Famba served. I think he served first. Yep.
Great volleys from Fama there. Fortunate bounce there.
I'm not sure if you were probably watching one. I was watching two, and they went straight at Velch.
Yeah.
Who just put the racket up over his head, and it
Oh, no, we were watching the same. I was just saying that that's a home court bounce there off the net court.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 points from the match there on two.
Absolutely, right? I mean, technically, you're only, 5 points away. 2 points on court 2 and 3 points on court 1. So, if you're Baylor here, you're starting to apply some serious pressure, right? You're about to tie this thing up, and then you get your whole team screaming to court 1. So, tough,
absolutely.
Right?
You got to jump on this Famba second serve here.
Absolutely. A couple tosses.
2 balks from Famba. He's tight.
You're jumping on it. Great volley there from Jake.
They went after it, though. It was the right play. They went after the second serve.
Absolutely, but a skilled doubles team right there, number 1 in the country last year. They know how to play. So just like, if you're the coach, you want it to come down to court 1. This is where you want to be, right? They're not fearing a volley or they're not fearing the move. So they know how to play, and I expect this to be a great end of this match. But I don't expect it to be given, right? Someone's going to have to take it.
Three match points here for Teddy Paralek on court 2. Didn't need but 1. That's the match on 2, so it's 1-1, and now we're down to court 1. Famba got a chance to serve it out and send us to 5-5 here.
I was close to right. I thought it would be 5-5 when we switched, but just not quite.
Good hold from Famba. We get to 5-5.
Here we are, right? This is when the energy, right? If you're on the teams, the coaches are calling you over, and you want to get loud as crap. You want to be as loud as possible, especially in an away facility. You don't want to rile up the crowd. You don't want to piss anyone off, but you want to be there for your teammates and be loud. So 5-5, look for some good first serves. Look for one team to take it and maybe another one to relax, and we'll see who executes better, right? In these moments, it's all about execution. The margins are so small, so we'll see which ones can do better. As he leaves that one, if you're Baylor there and Famba's got a one-handed backhand, right? Obviously, it's a huge backhand and a good forehand. Can hurt you on either side, but I would love to see that ball go more towards the backhand instead of middle forehand. That's maybe the last place that I would want to put the ball. But credit to Famba, great forehand there, great dipping shot. That's exactly what you want.
Yeah, I think for most guys, you kind of know the forehand is definitely not the ball you want to give Famba.
There's a double. So here's some serious pressure now.
Big pressure now.
Here you go, right? One team's kind of relaxing. See if they take it. If I'm Jake here, I'm going hard line. Probably I'd get a body serve here. If I was Baylor, I'd serve body. High percentage first serve. Serve you'll make 75% of the time. I'm expecting them to move, pinch a little bit here. He's starting a little bit more in the middle. I'm pumping a backhand return line up the singles line. Great return. Now you have 4 break chances here, right? You're quieting down the arena. You're quieting down everyone. So we'll see what Famba has in store.
Yeah, you better get this serve to the Famba backhand because he will probably tee off on a forehand.
He will pump one, so we'll see what happens. Oh, good play. Good play on both sides.
Way to go. Good for Fernley just to get that ball back.
Absolutely. Making them feel like, man, where do I need to put this ball to put it away, right? And that's kind of the feeling you get if you're on the opposite side. So good job by them. I don't hate the play there. I don't hate it, but got to make them play. Got to make them earn it. They're feeling some tremendous pressure. If they had to hit a high overhead from the baseline there or a forehand, probably wouldn't have loved it. But here you are, right? This is exactly what we were saying just a few points ago. In college tennis, it's only 4 points, right? On your serve, it's only 4 points. So when you're up love 40 or 40 love, you got to take care of business. So huge point coming up here, though. All right, here we go, Chris. What do you think? Deuce point. Who's taking it? What's your guess?
Fernley's taking it. There's no doubt.
That's my guess too. Where do you think he's serving? Because I think he's going body.
Yeah, you got to go body backhand is my call.
So here's the trouble with body backhand. If you want to go, Fernley's more likely to pull it line, right?
Yes,
so
absolutely. I don't go. I give him body backhand and just come to the net. Don't
for me on a lefty serve. Is it lefty serve to a lefty returner? So I'm starting my serve body forehand, or they're going I. Interesting. We'll see. Maybe IT and he goes left.
Oh, didn't get. You had the call. It was IT, but he didn't go. I mean, they had the ball there.
IT. I mean,
just didn't put the volley away.
That's serving a volley up on a platter. So just one thing to note, as I went through my college career, actually my brother talked to me about this one time, but it's an interesting, mindset when you're serving love 40, right? All you think about is getting to deuce, right? All I want to do is get back to deuce. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. Sometimes you have a mental letdown when you get back to deuce because then you relax, right? So you finally made it back, but it's difficult for people to get over that ledge of, hey, I'm not just here to get back to deuce. I need to win this game. So as you see, he maybe thought he had the game won with the volley there, didn't quite do enough, and now you're serving, returning down for the doubles point. So
yeah, I'm not sure who do you think is the easier side to break for TCU? Is it easier to break Famba's serve or Fernley, but with Famba at the net?
It's difficult. I mean, I don't know that I'd want a piece of either, really, but. Good point there, but I'd say they've gone too much to Famba while he's been at the net. I feel like trying to play through him is not the play. So
I'm with you there. They got to get the cross-court return down and get in.
Absolutely, or you can return to Famba, but the next shot has to be at the feet of Jake if they want to have any chance of breaking him. But this is a big point. Second serve, 5-6. I'd maybe look for Famba to apply some pressure here through the middle. Narrowly out, but great serve. Great second. So if I'm Baylor here, I'm returning cross and I'm going on the next shot. I want Jake to feel me, even if it's a winner. I want to go.
Yeah.
Great return. He didn't even need to go, but great return, putting it at the feet. If I'm there, I'm going, and then the next one I'm faking and expect, right? You want to put in their head, like, where is this guy? You don't want them to just feel like they can go back. So that's immediately starting. So I'd look for a high percentage first serve. Famba's obviously very lengthy, so maybe he'll try to pick one off through the middle, but I expect Devin's a great coach here, so I expect a good first serve and a good play here and something drawn up that they've been working on. Great volley from Famba.
Yeah, those huge long arms. I mean, that was a reach, and I like the play. I mean, if I'm Famba, as at the same time, I'm making them pass me down the line.
Absolutely, and it's in the same sense, right? It's take away the highest percentage shot, so that's cross court, and too good from Famba. But if I'm Baylor, I want to play to win here. So I'm taking one of these return line. Um, Probably not on a second. So here,
Yeah.
right, if I'm at the net, I'm returning cross and I'm faking because last time he felt me. So I'm faking and trying to draw the ball.
Ooh,
Chris,
that's a big one right there. Give him a
big
couple break
double.
points on a double.
And here we are, right? Start to feel the pressure. So this is one I'm going line on, right? Famba got you, but if I'm Famba, I'm faking and expecting line. So we'll see. Always mind games, you know. Not all the time you're right, but always you want to play to win. So good first serve. Look to move. Look to use those volleys. If you're Famba, look to apply pressure. Textbook.
Yeah, that was neither cross nor line. That was just served up.
That was tentative, right?
Yeah.
That's a tentative return, but this is why we love college tennis, right? Break point, match point, doubles point. We got it all here, so we'll see what happens. I'm nervous for them. I'm calling an ace here, Chris.
Oh, bold call.
I'm calling it. We'll see.
Close enough.
Cannon.
Wow.
Heartbreaking doubles point for Baylor.
Tough. After the fight back, tough loss on the doubles point.
Well,
For
because
all the
Baylor was
fans,
serving here
we're going to
4-2,
take a
15.
couple minutes off here, but don't go too far. Even though we lost the doubles point from the Baylor side, we're hoping to get Coach Woodson. He's going to do his talk with the team. We're going to try to get a quick spot with him in between doubles and singles here, so hopefully we'll be back in a few minutes. But we'll look forward to hopefully getting a couple words with Coach Woodson, see what he had to say to the team between doubles and singles. All right, we're back. Will, not sure if we're going to get to talk to Coach Woodson. Might have been a little tough doubles point, but we're going to get a look around. We'll do our whirlwind here through the courts. Not too fast, maybe every changeover, but we'll get you a look at who is on each of the 6 courts with potentially some very surprising news on 2. But we'll start at court 1. Finn Bass here for Baylor serving. Jake Fernley still at 1 for TCU.
Yep, tough doubles point there. I'm sure Coach, was feeling that doubles point coming down to them, but sometimes it happens and you need to bounce back. So, look for a good first single start here. But I'm sure he fired him up there in between the two and said, "Listen, forget about it. Putting it in the past, right? Great competitor just forgets what happens and moves forward." So, just looking for that.
Not sure what happened for Finn there, but
Great serve. Great action on that slice serve.
yeah, based on the fact that I see Coach Woodson, I'm going to say we're definitely not getting a word with him right now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's locked in. Sometimes in the heat of battle, you forget. So that's okay. And, I'm sure he had a few things to say to his team.
Yeah, probably had a little extra few things to say. Let's swing it over to court 2 and see what we've got there, where we might have a surprise in store. Indeed, we do. I don't know that I can believe this, but it's showing us Jack Pennington Jones for you. That is clearly not Luke Famba. Does not appear to be Sandra Jong either. And Teddy Paralek on the other side for Baylor. Pennington Jones has not played a match all year, has not been eligible. So this would be breaking news if it really is Pennington Jones playing his first match for TCU. I'll have to do a little quick check. It is indeed, even on the TCU Twitter, it is Jack Pennington Jones playing number 2 for TCU.
And let me tell you, I can almost guarantee that every single college coach in the country is slightly pissed and a little nervous that they're seeing him in the lineup here.
Oh, yeah, more than slightly. I
Yeah.
spoke to many coaches who said there is no way in HE double hockey sticks this guy is going to be eligible this year. They said he could make it eligible next year, but he was sitting this year out for sure.
Yeah, he's an amazing player. Seen him out here. Saw him this week in Dallas. I believe he played qualies. But huge addition to an already amazing program. So wonder if he's feeling a little bit of nerves here in the start. But a couple break chances here for Paralek.
Yeah, and this is a guy for, not many of us have gotten to see a lot. You probably being out, at least in the pro ranks, have seen more of him than many of us have. He hasn't played a college match. He's a top 600 current in the world. His career high is top 500 in the world, currently 559 in the ATP ranks. And just been training with the guys being ineligible. And it looks like, that may have changed.
I'm not sure what's going on with the score here. Looks like he just double faulted, but serving to the same side. Oh, maybe the first. Do you know what's going on?
So it's
here?
a deuce. So it's not. Maybe it's just 1-0 deuce.
But now the scoreboard showing love. Yeah, I'm not sure. Good shot.
Yeah, I'm still just stunned. Will, I know, especially in this rivalry match, the Coach Woodson was expecting anything coming from any sort of lineup that he might see, and told me, hey, I don't know what we're going to see. I would expect some changes. We're not going to change our lineup to match them. I don't think this is what he saw coming at all.
No, absolutely not. Definitely not.
But how big would it be if the first match they bring him out, the rivalry match, if Teddy could manage to just take care of business and take him down? But it's not, in a college match, it's not just about his spot. Him coming in has pushed everybody else down a spot. And like you said, imagine if he's eligible, how good are they? Now they've got 2 guys sitting, that aren't playing, that would be, top half of the lineup starters on almost every team.
I mean, I think at this point, I'm not sure if it's an if he's eligible. I mean, it's tough to believe, but it seems to me like he's out there. So
he's clearly eligible.
He's in there and he's playing. So this is a huge shock, and in my opinion, would propel TCU to, almost a big favorite here in national indoors. Obviously, they have this match to worry about, but this is breaking news almost.
It's definitely breaking news. I'd be if I wasn't doing the broadcast right now, I'd be all over Twitter. This is unbelievable. At the same time, the Baylor guys, and especially Teddy, have to, they've got to be thinking, oh, fine, throw a big challenge in front of me. Oh, wow.
What a shot. What a shot.
Yeah,
of course, right?
Nothing I'd rather do than take the guy down in his first match.
We're talking a lot about Jack here, but if you're Paralek here, you want the challenge, right? I mean, you might fear it a little bit, but you want to play the best players in the country. That's why these guys go to college. So if I'm him, I'm lit up for this challenge.
Exactly. He's definitely pumped. He's probably more excited about it than anybody else is. Woodson's probably not happy just in general.
Yeah,
Teddy's pumped.
maybe that explains why Coach Woodson wasn't able to come on the broadcast. He was
Yeah.
a little confused at what was going on.
Probably would not have been able to keep it PG rated for us. And here we are. I mean, 2 games into the match, and it's already a huge deuce point for Teddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big hold.
Huge.
Big hold. Good start for Paralek. Let's Westhoff. Yeah, let's keep on moving down to court 3. Get our first look in here. We've got Bomb on the near side. Sophomore Marko Milodinovic for Baylor, a guy that's really kind of this season started to come into his own. Came in with a lot of expectations, I think, last year. Maybe wasn't up to the task. Got a lot of good work in over the summer. Has come back a much, much better fighter this year. Really good start to the season for him. I'm interested to see. This is the matchup that Coach Woodson thought he'd see, not for the reason because he thought it would be Sander Jong at 2, but I think the interesting thing we're going to see in this match here is Milodinovic has really small margins between being aggressive and passive, and when he's passive, it's not good, and he's going to have to keep that aggression up and take time away from Famba. He cannot let Famba tee off on him.
Absolutely. I believe that this scoreboard is incorrect. I believe that Famba is about to serve, so I don't think that he's down a break. I believe Milodinovic just served.
Yeah, you're right. That they're a little slow. Interesting. The play site and the live scoring feeds are different, but yeah, I think that should switch over to Famba. We'll stay here for a game, catch a game of that before we slide on down. Have you had the opportunity to play doubles or singles against Pennington, Will?
I have not. I was eating next to him and Alex Rybakov. I feels like yesterday or 2 days ago. So I've gotten to be around him a little bit, but obviously, I mean, we were chatting. I was like, we were talking about how good TCU was, and we were saying that he wasn't even in the lineup, and what an addition he would be. But I can honestly say I had no chance that he would be playing. I had no idea that he would be
He wasn't leaking that to you, huh?
No, we didn't even speak about it. He didn't even mention it, but we were just saying that if he was on the team, how crazy that would be. So here we are.
Absolute bombs from Famba.
Monstrous serve there from Bamba. If you can remember, I'm sure you can, Chris, but a few years ago, maybe my junior year, we were in Chicago for national indoors, and
I
Roy
was
Smith
there.
for
Yeah.
Baylor was maybe 400 in the world, 300 in the world. And he was kind of in a similar question mark as Pennington Jones is, where guys were like, is he here? Is he not here? Is he playing? I remember there was a big kind of semi blowout in the meeting of like, is he listed? Is he playing? I don't know if you remember all that, but
Oh, over who was it? What you're talking about?
over Roy Smith.
Oh, right. Yep. Yep.
And he ended up leaving school, but I remember a similar buzz to that kind of situation as this kind of was.
Yeah, back in those days, there were a lot of concerns. This was like I think the last probably pre-Woodson year. They had not only did you have the Roy Smith deal, but you had Juan Benitez who was listed on the roster and never eligible.
Yeah.
They never did manage. Coach Bolin at that time never managed to get Benitez eligible. But yeah, Roy Smith, that was I do remember. That was all the question was he even in town.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can't. I honestly can't wait to hear the from all the coaches now because we had, don't know what went into that, but we had guys like Antoine Cornett-Shovink at Florida State who sat out the entire year last year. Another guy very similar to Pennington who had some really high ATP rankings prior to deciding to come to college. He sat the year out before being eligible this year. So definitely a surprise to see something like that. Miladinovich now. We'll get a look at his service game.
Chris,
I know this. He's got a very defensive type game, not a huge serve. So it'll be interesting to see if Famba really tries to take advantage off of his serve.
And we have a chat here, Chris, from Scotty B, the Baylor King. I believe earlier he was Scotty B the King, so maybe that was an addition. But he says, how come Jack Pennington Jones gets cleared, but Martin Braysach or Sack didn't? But we are unsure. I don't know if you can answer better than me. But
yeah, no, not on the spot. We will certainly find out. But to Scotty B's point, both Zsombor Velch and Martin Braysach come in to Baylor as freshmen this year. Velch eligible. Braysach not. I don't know the details behind that. So even between those two, I'm not sure. Between the internationals, all the different rules, I'm not sure why they couldn't get him, and he's got to sit the year. But yeah, all speculation at this point.
Great point there from Miladinovich.
And that's the play. Other than you hit that ball to the Famba one-y and you make him pass you. As my nephew can attest, who's watching, I know he will do it. But that's where you got to go if you're coming in.
Absolutely.
And I know this is exactly what Coach Woodson wants to see from Miladinovich. He plays great defense, but if he plays his great defense and puts himself in a defensive mode without being aggressive, he will get eaten up. He's got to stay aggressive when he has the opportunity, as he did there. Baylor getting the start they need here. I'd say Paralek's up a break. Moose is up a break on 6. We'll move over to court 4. If the serving indicator is right, it would appear that Velch might be up a break on Sanderjong. We'll see it after this game. We'll slide down to court 4. So after dropping the tough doubles point, that's what even if you don't get the first set, you've got to get a quick start in the first set so that you don't have all the guys looking up at the scoreboard just thinking you're down.
Absolutely. Scoreboard pressure is a real thing, as we were talking about in that doubles point. So obviously if you're Baylor, you'd love to get 4 first sets, right? Even just put something small into TCU's mind, like, hey, we're here to stay. This is not going to be an easy breeze through match. So
absolutely.
I remember when I was playing, our coaches would always tell us, hey, go take the first punch. Don't be out there and win the first 20 minutes and then continue to win, but be out there with good energy and go play, right? Don't let these guys feel comfortable and go kick them in the teeth and win the first 20 minutes. So I imagine Coach Woodson said something similar, as most coaches do, but we'll see if they can execute it.
And indeed, Velch is up a break, serving at 3-2 here. This is a guy I know. I have not seen a lot of him early in the season. Before the duels had even started, I had talked to Coach Woodson, and he told me at that time, hey, watch this kid as just an incoming freshman, just raw talent-wise. He said, in his career, Khan, before he had it, Val, and this kid were probably three of his most talented incoming freshmen. And he really likes what this kid's got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see Jimmy Bendeck commenting for us, former Baylor alum and former player, was commenting the same thing about Benitez. Yeah, I'm sure just the fact that we've got Pennington in the lineup is probably drawing some people hearing about it. Turn it on now.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, what a point.
Yeah, played the whole point and then missed the volley that, in all honesty, wasn't that hard.
No, what a point, though. And John, few break points to get right back after going down a break. So 3 break chances here. We'll see if we can convert one of them.
Yeah, Sanders is just such a tough out. Appropriately nicknamed the landlord because it's his spot.
There you have it, right back. Looks like TCU alum and volunteer assistant coach Nick Chappell is there. Looks like he's standing next to Devin there. Great player. Actually beat me last week in doubles. But great college player, great player on tour, and has a lot of talent. So big addition for a big top 10 match.
Did he play Dallas this week?
I actually think he did. Yep. I think he got a qualifying wild card. But he played in Cleveland last week, so he keeps the team there, and then the purple shirt on the right side of the screen. Ooh, was that in?
I think it was. I'm getting a lot of body language from either one of the guys, so tough to tell. No, it was out.
I could be wrong on this. You might need to fact check me, but Jimmy Bendeck, who commented on the screen there, I believe he won the award for having like a 4.0. Do you remember that? I
Yeah.
believe incredibly bright and a smart student. So credit to him, flowers to him for that. I believe he won an award, like an ITA award. So just to give a quick rundown here on the courts here. On court 1, we have 3-all. Court 2, Paralek serving 4-2, 40-30, so serving to go up 5-2 and consolidating the breaks. Court 3, Miladinovic 3-all serving 40-30 game point. Court 4, as you see here. Court 5, Grassi from Baylor serving 3-4 to Gornsey from TCU, and court 6, Baylor up 3-2. So pretty even as we go. Only one scored up a break, but pretty even. Great match settling in here.
Yeah, and fact checking you there, Will. You're correct. It was 2017. It's the Elite 90 award that the NCAA calls it in tennis. Jimmy Bendeck won that Elite 90 award in 2017, a 396 cumulative GPA, and that's given to somebody that's reached the top level of their sport as well as highest academic standards amongst their peers. So good memory there, Will.
Yep. Got to show credit when credit's due, right? I mean, that's equally as impressive as any athletic achievement someone can have. So credit to them.
And here we get our first look now down on court 5. A little switch here for Baylor. The last 4 matches, Juan Pablo Grassi Mizuchi here on the near side, been playing 4 for Baylor. Has lost his last 4 matches, so not an unforeseen possibility, and they do move Felch up to 4. Wampy down to 5. A spot last year, Wampy was just tremendous for them in the 5 and 6 spots. And it's a really good spot for him. Gets up against some of the higher levels, guys with bigger weapons. It's tough. Down here, he's just going to grind all day with you. And Sebastian Gorsny on the other side for TCU, one of the much heralded top U.S. juniors coming in and coming into TCU and making the lineup here in his first year. Somebody that we've got a lot of eyes on, and he's been one of the top juniors, ITF juniors.
As you hear in the background, just absolute cannons from the Famba.
Yeah.
I wonder if Mr. Super Producer can go split screen on court 2 and court 5 as we are here, as we see Paralek only 2 points away from clinching the first set.
Wow. I want to say what's more surprising, Pennington in the lineup or Paralek taking like it. Still Pennington in the lineup, but wow, what a great start for Teddy.
Absolutely. And could be just a little bit of nerves, right? Sometimes it's, obviously Pennington will have incredible success, will be one of the best players in college, eventually if he isn't, now. But there is a different bit of nerves, right? When you're expected to win versus playing, kind of the underdog. So first college match, just eligible. Deuce points, you know, he can get off to a rocky start. So see what happens here as Paralek tries to serve out the first set. As Jimmy comments, Teddy would rather die than lose to TCU.
Yeah.
That's just college tennis for you, right? That's a rivalry.
I mean,
He'd rather
Jimmy
die than lose to TCU, but he's got a tough task.
there is it singles, not doubles. But
He's got a tough task here. But we'll see. We'll see if he can close it out here in the first set.
yeah, you know, it's also like you said, not just nerves, but it's really, you know, Pennington Jones has obviously been around the block, but it's not like he's ever played, you know, a bunch of team tennis where he's playing for a bunch of guys, not himself, and so there's that added pressure of just, you know, his first match playing for a bunch of other people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very well put.
Little tough spot here for Teddy. Let's And as we're watching Teddy try to close it out, I see Wampy's got 4 break points to be able to serve for the set on 5 for Baylor.
Yeah.
There's the crowd getting into it as Wampy gets the break, gets the chance to serve for the set. Yeah, neither one of these guys, you know, between Teddy and Jack, neither one seems to be overly anxious to force the play or get in. They're both, at least right now, content to see who's going to blink first in the rally.
Yeah. Chris, could you introduce us? I'm sure you know just a little bit more than me here, but on court 6 is the last match. First time we're showing them.
Yeah, we got Ethan Musa for Baylor. Been there a little while. Great opportunity for him finally making it into the lineup this year. And Louis Maxted was a freshman last year, so a sophomore for TCU. Maxted been getting some good playing opportunities this year. Not quite as much last year in front of, as it appears now, still in front of Pedro Vives. Just so many guys on this team that can play, but yeah, Maxted can play. This is going to be a big match, and Ethan Musa has been outstanding early this year. I want to say I was looking at the stats earlier, and he might be 8-3 on the year for Baylor overall. Off to a really good start. They played a little quick story. They played Michigan. They lost. They had that home loss to Michigan, but Ethan Musa played Bjorn Swenson from Michigan. Didn't know anything about him. Talking after the match, and they're like, and Musa won. Said, Ethan, you know who that was that you beat? And he's like, no. And there's like, Bjorn Swenson. He's like, okay. He said, Swenson beat Boitan twice this summer. Boitan played 1 for us. He's like, wait, really? Didn't even know.
Well, here we have super producer gives us the triple threat here as we see Grassy serving. Looks like 4 set points here. Some huge points here on court 2. Huge momentum swing here, depending obviously on the result. We were chatting about court 6, but on court 2, Paralek had an immensely, I wouldn't say lucky, but let cord rolled over to down 15-30 or love 30 there. So now here he is having a set point. So let's see. Looks like a set point on 5 and 2 for Baylor.
Swampy gets the set there on 5. That's 1 in the books. Like you said, Baylor looking to put up at least 4. If you get 4 first sets, you're going to force TCU to have to win a 3-setter to beat you.
Absolutely.
Oh, Teddy had that lined up. Big point here now for Teddy. Deuce point. See which side Pennington wants.
He throws the ad here. Huge deciding point. Deciding and set point.
Yeah, I think Pennington likes that inside out forehand into the Teddy backhand here. Wow.
Yeah, down. Another set point here, though, the other way. There you go.
1 in the books for TCU. The first set's rolling fast now.
Yep. Just to give all the people watching a little bit more of a background on court 1, as we just saw, Jake 6-3. So TCU has 1 set. On court 2, Paralek just got the first set 6-3. Famba serving 4-5. Jong 4-5. Looks like he's down a break, though. Maybe we can go to court 4 here. Super producer. Or we'll see as Famba serves 3-4. But couple sets to Baylor, but looks quite interesting. If that, maybe we can split here with 3 and 4 here, as it seems like on court 4 Baylor serving for the set.
Indeed, he is. Yeah,
looks correct. Looks like 15 all here serving for the set, which would give Baylor their 3rd set. So would put them in a decent position.
Trying to get through all our comments. Jimmy filling them up on us. Jimmy Bendeck, that is, talking a lot about Famba. Yeah, he's definitely got a game that can translate to that pro level. Big serve +1. But wow, from 15 all, Velch having a chance to close the set out, and 3 straight points dropped. Jong breaks, and now we're back on serve. Oh, Famba didn't. Oh, I thought he didn't like the call. The ball in.
Good hold there to get the 5-all.
Yeah, and Velch, after being at 15-all serving for the set now, 5 straight points to Zhang, and he ends that streak finally. You got to be careful here. Don't let too much momentum swing that way.
Absolutely.
See Coach Roditi planted there on Famba's court now. It's going to be a big set.
Score 4 here. We have a huge point, 5-all, 30-all. John got the break back here, but massive point, massive momentum point, right? Either 2 game points or effectively 2 break points. Oh, narrowly long.
Yeah. Yeah, the deuce point's obviously the biggest, but I think those are the sneakiest, tightest points to me. Obviously, deuce are big, but those 30-all points, you're right. I mean, somebody's got 2 game points either way because of the no ad. So the 30-all points are always huge points when you're on serve late in the set.
And for me at least, what seemed like Baylor was in control of a lot of these first sets have now slipped away back to quite even. I mean, a lot of 5-alls, you know, a lot of close sets. So I feel like these will go one way or another. Maybe it'll be needed to push, but Baylor can get a few of these. Maybe in a good position.
Yeah, they've got, of the 3 completed sets, Baylor's got 2, as we mentioned. They're looking, you know, ideally to get at least 4, which means they've got to take 2 of these remaining 3, all 3 on serve. So it's not out of the question. Someone's got to take at least 2 out of 3 on serve here. So.
Yep.
Oh, tough break there for Ethan Musa. We got 4-all here. Musa serving on 6. We just saw John hold to make Velch serve to get to a breaker. And Milodinovic here at 30-all, 5-all. Disregard the play site break point indicator, serve indicator wrong. A couple points for Milodinovic to hold here and force Famba to serve to get to a breaker. Nice point from Milodinovic there. We could very well see, you know, a couple breakers to figure out if Baylor can get their 4 first sets or not.
I was just looking at that just right now. I was looking down. We could get up to 3 here. So those would be high intensity moments. Oh, what a drop shot! What a drop volley there!
Wow,
such a class.
Yeah. I thought it was going to go a little deeper and was going to be wide based on the angle, but that just dropped over it right there.
Absolutely, me too. Great play there.
Wow, good serve +1 from Velch there.
Absolutely. Chris, I'm not sure if you've looked at the, I'm sure you have, but at the UTR, like how they add up, you know, the top 6 in a lineup. If you were to do that with the addition of Pennington Jones for TCU. Does that put them in the highest UTR for any team?
I'll go look. I have a sneaking suspicion that Ohio State might still come out up there.
Yep.
But I'm going to go take a quick look. So he's actually listed on the UTR roster for TCU. And he just...
Wow, huge forehand.
Yeah, super aggressive there. I like that from
which was needed. That was a big point there. 5-6, 30 all. Huge point.
Yeah, he was going for it. And obviously, if he misses one, you start thinking, no, what are you doing? But
yeah.
But yeah, as expected, TCU is the number 2 Power 6 UTR behind Ohio State by still over a full point.
Wow, good call from you there.
Yeah, it probably has something to do with the reason Gruskin always, says predictions never far from the listed UTR.
Here we are, though. Check this out here. Court 4, Velch, John, set point. Deuce point, set point. Game point, break point, all the points. Every point in the book.
And a second serve.
What do you think? Where do you think he's going? Hard cross, looking for a short forehand?
Down the middle.
Wow.
Kid's got some guts.
Yeah.
He's not.
Tough
he's
to
not
go down the line there on the forehand return, right? You'd love to see Velch make. You'd love to see Sean make Velch put a backhand on that one. But as you shift to court 3 here, similar situation, right? 5-6, 30 all. Chris on court 5 here. First set 6-4 to Baylor, but a quick break down as TCU goes up 3-0.
Yeah, you kind of expect to see several 3-setters here. That's what we're looking forward to anyway. And yeah, that's just setting up to be one of them. Gets the first quick mini break there in the breaker.
Bomber serving game point here, 5-6.
Yeah, and we don't have on screen right now the other first set still going. Court 6, it's 5-4 Baylor on serve, TCU serving. If we do manage to get to a set point, we'll make sure to get that on screen for a set point there.
Just like we called it, right? Couple tiebreakers here to decide who has the advantage. Court 1, Jake Burnley going up quick, 6-3, 3-0 break. Court 2, Pennington up a quick break, 3-0, right? We're gearing up.
Yeah, three love on all 3 courts that are in the second set for TCU.
Yep.
Probably making it even more important. Baylor's got to get 4 of these first sets.
Oh, wow. Miladinovic did not like the call there. Backhand return on the baseline. Famba called out. Miladinovic did not like it. And Famba says, thank you very much. It was 135.8.
Yeah. You're gonna get a couple of those in a breaker with Famba no matter what. You have to just and Miladinovic looked like he did a good job. Like, yep, whatever, let it go. No set points to be had on court 6. Maxted holds, so they're 5-all. Potential third breaker in the works over there, but these two will both be done by the time that happens.
Famba with a gif as you pronounce the name better than me. Belt?
Yeah.
As Belt serves with a mini break here.
See, that's the danger when you're playing Famba. You want to hit his backhand.
Yep.
And you just squeeze it a little. The margin's just too tight. Trying to get that ball in from the middle of the court to his backhand, it's so easy to hit it wide, and that's exactly what Miladinovic did.
Absolutely, and as you see, Coach Roditi there bouncing around, telling Famba, hey, show him that you're here to stay, right? Show some energy. So I expect the serve coming in hot. As it does, right? And here, right, if you're Famba, you want to be almost running, to this bench, and you want to say, listen, I'm here. I got energy. I'm here to stay. So I expect Roditi, as upbeat and fast-paced as he is, he'll be telling us guys to bring the energy. Wow, what a return. What a baseline overhead from Famba.
Wow, yeah. I mean, basically another serve, deeper than a serve. I mean, that overhead from that far back.
What a return. I've never been in the Baylor facility, but I can't believe that return didn't hit the top. We have a big moment, right, Chris? I mean, if John gets this set and Famba gets this set, not the easiest for Baylor unless they come back.
Yeah, that would give you, even with Musa getting a set at 6, it only gives you 3 first sets, and you're already down breaks. Double break on 1, that match is all but over at this point, and breaks in the other 2 sets that you won.
Oh, what a point.
Wow.
points with the 5-all. I feel like, in my opinion, this set here between Belch and Jong is going to be huge. Huge for momentum, huge for belief. If they can get these, just a little bit less belief here for Baylor that they can continue on. But if they get this, if they can split these two, I think that they might believe they can. Looks like that backhand felt just wide, right?
That was wide, yeah. 6-5 Velch, so a set point on both courts. Serving for Famba, receiving for Velch.
There's a rare double there from Famba in a big moment. But here we are, set point. John serving down 5-6. Just long, 6-all. Took the chance though, right? You gotta love that, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen he's been really aggressive. It's worked out. It seems like it's worked out better off the forehand side for him, but you have to stay aggressive.
Absolutely. I'd be interested if Famba here goes with a lighter second serve. Missed 3 serves in a row, right? You do not want to throw in double-double, so we said here. But huge second serve here.
I don't know if that was very light.
He goes 140. Wow. Some cojones right there.
Yeah, that's some big ones. That's a second first set now for TCU. 2 to Baylor, 2 to TCU. 1 breaker here on court 4. That's 6-all. And we're 5-6 on serve in the remaining match in the first set.
Wow. Huge. What do you
now
think of
Velch has got the set point on his serve.
What do you think of the serve and volley play there, Chris?
I think it means you're afraid to get in a rally.
See what happens here. Maybe a tight second incoming. Wow.
That was monstrous for Baylor.
That was huge.
That's three first sets, and quickly let's get to court 6. West off. We've got the last first set. Louis Maxted serving for TCU to try to force yet another breaker. Love 15 for Ethan Musa and Baylor trying to get that 4th set on the board. And at this point, I can only imagine all of the fans that can are probably crammed behind this court.
Absolutely.
Good eye.
Oh. Tight call, but you got to think that referee sees it better than I do. Chris.
Wow.
Here we are, right? I mean, 15-30, 2 points away from Baylor getting 4 first sets, and then you have a serious match.
Yeah, at this point, Musa's just thinking to himself, just get the returns in, because you get either one of these next 2 points, and you're looking at a couple set points.
Tough miss there, but another chance here, 30-all. You got to think that Musa knows how big this moment is for him, right? He knows. He's looking at the scoreboard, or coaches are coming over. He knows, right? He knows exactly what's going on.
See Coach Vandenberg there getting in. Maxted can't buy a first at this point. Oh, here we go, Will.
Just as we said, he can't buy a first serve, right? So expect a good first serve here. I would expect almost maybe a kick wide. If I was him, I'd say hard kick wide. Seems to like the forehand. I'd go kick wide, look for the forehand inside and follow that in with a volley.
Yeah, he had a good kick on that last second here, and I'm with you. I don't think he can afford to go big on the first since he has to put the pressure on himself. So I like the big kick.
I'd look for kick wide or kick body and look for a forehand.
There it is.
Oh. Oh, good.
You called it perfect. He went with the kick and the forehand.
I almost called it, but he happened to get there. So now here, right, if they take it on the ad side, you have two options. You either do the same thing, which seemed to work for you, or you toss the ball out like a kick serve and go slice kick.
No, there's no way he takes this on the ad side.
I would say no kick.
He doesn't want the kick wide, and he just got a double fault two times ago over here on the deuce court. So yeah, got to take.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Kick T?
Oh man, no, I think he's going to go for a big first serve here.
I think he's going kick T or kick body. No. Couldn't be a slower walk to get that ball.
Yeah. Slow walk to a ball that can't possibly be in the way. Gotta love it.
He'll be sliding in. Now what? Real tight second here. Kick T.
Yeah. You got to get the ball down to his backhand here. No! Double faults the set.
The slow walk worked.
Wow. Well, that's what Baylor was looking for. There's 4 first sets for Baylor, 2 first sets for TCU. Let's get to court 1. We're 2 points from a we just finished the first set on 6. Court 1's 2 points from being done.
Yep.
Burnley showing obviously why he's been playing 1 for them this year. Baylor just in a tough spot with the departure of Boyton. It doesn't, it's not that it's Finn Bass. It's that they just don't really have a 1 at this point. They got a lot of depth and a lot of guys, but they really miss Boyton in the 1 spot. And it's a tough spot for anybody they throw at 1 right now.
Yep. So as 4 first sets go to Baylor, TCU, though, take the 2-0 lead with a 6-3, 6-1 win on court 1.
And let's get over to court 5, Westhoff. Sebastian Gorsny for TCU looking to get another set here and earn a split to force a third on court 5. That ball wide, so 15-30 for Wampy here.
Semi-unfortunate timing, right? I mean, as Baylor takes 4 first sets, but with that match finishing and this match maybe about to go 3, it does kind of take away from the slight momentum shift that we saw go to Baylor's side. That one out as well?
That was wide. Yeah.
Looked wide to me. I was unsure if it was called.
Yeah, it was called wide. Yeah, you're right. And it's, the guys do the best they can looking at the scoreboard, but, it's real easy to see that you're down 2-0. Not as easy to look at every court and determine that you took 4 first sets. So,
absolutely.
So, yeah, a little bit unfortunate for Baylor that they do. For us, it looks like they've got the momentum. Not sure how aware the guys are that they've managed to get 4 of the first sets. They definitely know they're down 2-0.
I think they see it. I think that they see that they have 4 first sets, but I honestly think that they see that this one might go 3 and that a couple other matches might go 3. So I don't think they're feeling any comfortable at all. I think you feel the momentum shift. The coaches kind of let you know, but I think each of these guys, if they're, which they are, 100% coached properly, they're not. You don't want to look around and expect that it's going to happen somewhere else, right? You want the ball, so
right.
All these guys want to finish their match. They want to be the ones to win. So I expect all these guys to compete till the end.
And FYI, on court 2, after that quick 3-love start in the second for Pennington, Parallax got it back on serve at 3-4.
Wow.
So that would be a big one if Parallax could pull that off in straight sets and get a point on the board.
Yeah, having a point on the board would be big for Baylor, especially that point.
Yeah.
As that one sails long, looks like this one just split sets. So as they have the momentum, looks like maybe it's snatched back a little. So
let's head over to court 2, Westhoff, and check in here. Teddy Parallax serving at 3-4 in the second.
Parallax has a beautiful one-hander. It's like a let call there.
I'm always partial to the guys that have good-looking one-handers.
Yeah.
As I had a horrible one-hander growing up. Truth be told, I'd just take the Will two-hander any day, but I don't have it, obviously.
Oh. I wonder if the emotions, it's not easy, right? I mean, Pennington Jones is young. It's not easy to be ineligible, eligible, fighting for it, playing pro tournaments. I mean, I wonder if the emotions are, a little bit tough to deal with. I'd love to, hear his opinion after he played this match, how he felt, if he had nerves, right? I mean, these guys are good players. It's not like you're coming in to play bad players. So, I wonder if he feels different than playing a professional match.
I mean, he has to. I don't care even if he says he didn't after the fact. I mean, no matter what you've done, you come to the United States. They don't have this kind of environment, over in Great Britain, and you're thrown in where it's a whole bunch of other guys depending on you. you've got 500 people sitting in the stands behind you cheering against you. Wow, what a shot. But yeah, there's no way that doesn't add up to some nerves.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with you. But I'd be interested. He strikes me as an honest guy, so I'd be interested, even, from a week from now to hear how he felt and how it compared.
Ooh, that's just a little shaky.
Yeah. Going for a little bit too much, right? Probably doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, there was no pressure there. Just, yeah, trying to go too big. Too close to the line.
But as you said, if Paralek can get on the board here, right? He can get on the board. That's pretty big for Baylor, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, you don't. The longer you go without a point, everybody's watching and seeing, and who knows if you manage to let TCU get a third point on the board before you get one, even though you're in 4 matches,
Yep.
3-love looks huge on the scoreboard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is where Teddy's got to jump on this. Love 30, chance to serve a match if you serve for the match if you can break.
Nice play there.
Good ball. I know you talked to Ribo this week, and he said that Fernley's now doing some hair cutting for the guys on the team. I think we needed a list of which guy's hair he cut so we could
Exactly, but I mean, as we see, right? I mean, as we've discussed, obviously they're a close group, right? With that just being one example. So, there we are.
Here's 3 break points and a chance to serve for the match, and he's looking at Devin Bowen like, I don't know what's going on. I can't hit a ball in.
Maybe he was saying that he might have wanted a let there from the court next to him. Oh.
No. Oh.
Was that out?
Great point.
That was out.
It was.
What a point. What a point to break. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Teddy gets a chance to serve for the match here.
All right. Right. He finally got the chance to get it here, as we were hearing earlier that he does not want to lose to TCU. He now has a chance to serve for the match, so we'll see if he feels any pressure in this moment. Chris, if you had to call a gut feel on who's winning this match, what would you say? Not this in individual, but overall.
You got to like the position you're in if you're TCU. Clearly an advantage. Even if Teddy manages to serve this out, they're up on the scoreboard. They've got Famba's set. Yeah, they're going to have, they've got to get something else, but they're in a 3rd on 5. They're up a break already in the 2nd on 4. It feels okay still for them, but definitely, I don't think Coach Rodidi's feeling good about it, but they definitely have a slight edge here.
Yep. I don't know if you saw it because I was badgering you with questions, but that was almost a welcome to college moment as Paralek hit a serve that hit the neck board, popped up for an easy backhand winner there for Pennington Jones. Wow, what a point.
Yeah, great rally, and it looked like I was just thinking to myself, we're back here where nobody wants to force it. Yeah, they're going angle and line, but nobody wants to come in, and Teddy finally had enough, and he was going to come in behind that backhand down the line, but Pennington sailed it long on him. Even though I love the one-handers, there's something about the one-hander when you get in those long rallies. I get more and more nervous with each one that comes that it's going to miss.
Yeah. Huge serve there.
Yeah, it was a big serve. And Teddy's not backing down on that backhand. He's hitting it.
Absolutely not. And I was talking with Gruskin during kickoff weekend, and we were always saying after a long point, you find that the next point always ends between 3 and 4 shots. So who's just going to be the one to miss it? Credit to him for finding his breath and being able to hit a big serve in a big moment. What do you like here? Kick wide?
Kick wide, absolutely.
Kick wide serve and volley? No way.
I don't think he's coming in. No chance.
Oh. A little tight there, Chris.
Yeah, obviously he knows he's serving for the first point. It's not going to be easy. He's just he's really hoping that Pennington just gives him one here. Give me a free point. And the question is, do you go for the big first serve to get it on the serve, or do you just hope he...
I'd go for a hard body serve. I'm not going for an ace.
Whoa. Really good point. Wow.
Absolutely. Incredibly high level. I think he's going for an ace on this one.
Yeah.
I don't think he's good.
Flat wide?
I think he wants a flashy win.
You going flat wide or down the tee?
I'll let you take flat wide. I'll speak too. Ooh. I'd love to see it. I know it's not probably his favorite serve, but I'd love to see a kick wide serve and volley or slice wide serve and volley. Make Pennington Jones pass you. I know it's a little bit uncomfortable, but if I'm him, I'm going return middle, so I'm looking for an easy volley. There it is.
Wow. Welcome to college tennis, huh?
Yeah, big. Tough conditions for him, but obviously, I don't think you can discredit how well Paralek played. I think
no.
Teddy played the way he stepped up to the moment and played and put a big point on the board. So check out some of the other scores as you see. maybe we can go check out. I don't know. Looks like we have a break point on 3 as Famba has a break point. Maybe we can catch the end of that one. Go from there, but up to you, Chris.
Yep. No, we'll go there first, go to court 3, and then we'll indeed, I think no, this is the court where they've got serving. The live is right. This is wrong. So yeah, it is couple break points for Famba here.
That's wide.
Yeah, that worked, but I feel like Miladinovich is just, even though you want to hit the Famba backhand, you can't just hit every ball to his backhand because we're going to get back to where you start missing wide again.
Absolutely, but
you got to move, you got to mix it up and move around.
Previous one-hander does seem as you get more and more that it gets a little iffy if you're watching.
There it is. Stretched him out to the forehand and made him run.
Yeah, and as you can see and as you feel, like when you're playing a match and someone has a one-hander and you want to attack it, let's say you play into the backhand side, backhand side, backhand side, backhand side, right? As the player, you start to feel the repetitive nature of it, so you start to take your first instinct that way. So credit to Miladinovich there for pulling the ball to the forehand side, because I believe that Famba was waiting for a backhand, as I probably was watching as well.
Yep. Yeah, he was definitely sitting on the backhand. And then
like
he just says,
"What?" Wanted to maybe call that one out, but it was too far in to even try.
Yeah, 3 inches inside, 6 inches inside. Can't call it out. Jeez.
Wow.
Even when it gets the return in, it's like, yeah, I mean, what can you do with it?
This is a little bit of a side note, but as a data driven human being as yourself is, or anyone that's watching this broadcast is, I would love if anyone has any statistics on, even let's say an NCAA tournament where Steve Johnson won or whoever won, if they did not play. Okay, I'll rephrase. If an ATP event played with deuce points, right? So whoever won the first deuce, would any major results be different? So obviously in college, my point was that they don't play deuce points, so Stevie wins on first deuce points or whatever. But a huge result like a Wimbledon final or Roland Garros final with Rafa, if they only played on the first deuce, it would be hard to track that data. But we'll do it.
Yeah, no, well, it probably wouldn't be that hard to get that data and do it. The problem is it's sort of, yes, it'd be interesting, not really legit because it's a totally different pressure knowing you're playing no ad than deuce, right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, we all know if you played no ad at the ATP level, for sure, it takes, the better players, over the long run, playing the percentages will eventually win more than they lose when you throw deuce games in.
Yep.
More opportunity for some parity and some upsets by playing no ad game. And here we are over on 6, and TCU Louis Maxted, another breakup here in the second. Baylor's, other than Teddy now, struggling to try to find another straight set win. Already split on court 5, down a break on 4 and down a break here on the other 3 matches that they took the first set in. So
yep. Huge forehand that just sails long. Total points won, as you see there. The statistics there. 50-50.
Ball looked a little long.
Yep, just back. Looks like, I think that's wrong, but I think Famba, is it right? Was Famba's court correct? But if it's correct,
On the live scoring, it was. So yeah, it looks like
Famba has a couple break chances, and Gornsey is up 3-1 with a break chance. So if Famba and Gornsey could win, that would be the end of the match here. If those are correct, right?
Yeah, yes. The break up in the third for Gorsny is huge now.
Maybe
you said,
Famba's. Maybe we can.
Yeah, look at this, 4 break points for Famba.
Could we check out a split screen of court 5 and court 3 simultaneously? Because that could be the end of the match. There it is, right there, right? There's the break.
That's the break for Famba, yeah.
So if these continue to go out, this match could be over in 15 minutes.
That was a great competitive first set from Wampy, but boy, Sebastian Gorsny's just kind of rolled him since then.
Yep, absolutely.
6-2, 3-1. I mean, that's.
Here we are, right? I mean, he could break back easily. 15-30 here. He gets back on a break, but if he can hold here and go 4-1 and Famba holds here 5-2, that's a tough position to come away from.
Too big. Yeah, Milodinovic has got to find a way. I mean, even if one of them gets, I mean, they both really got to get breaks. But Wampy's match is in the third, so that's going to be ending. Even if he got back on serve, it's ending soon, no matter what. Milodinovic has to find a way to keep the match alive here.
Absolutely. Tight call there, but referee viewed it. It's like 40-30 here for Florence Famba, 30-15. So if they can get these games and go up 4-1 and 5-2 respectively, you got to think they're in a good position, Chris.
Certainly in the Gruskin game of who would you rather be, we all know who we'd rather be at this point.
Absolutely. Can't help but think and wonder if you're Coach Woodson, you're the Baylor Bears. Are you thinking about that, having 5-2 or 4-2, 40-15 in that doubles point?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big difference looking at 2-1 and 1-2 on the scoreboard. So. All right, couple big points, 30 all and 2. These are humongous points for this match.
Famba's just going to casually rip 130 down the tee.
Just as you called. Huge point there on the left, but equally just as big here on the right on court 5. Huge backhand pass to go 4-1 there on court 5. On court 3, we have another deuce point, right? He needs, if Milodinovic is going to ever get out of this match, he needs to win this point. This is a must-win point in my book.
Yeah, and the biggest thing he needs right now is for Famba to just miss the first serve. What he doesn't know is if he'll just go for another one on his second serve, because Famba does that.
You live with that, right? I mean, if he aces you 140 on the second, he'll live with it. Well, he won't get to see it. So if you're TCU, you gotta love the position you're in right now. As we felt the momentum shift earlier for Baylor in the match, but you gotta feel like it's heavily back to TCU side.
Yeah, it just feels like all the wind's been taken out of the sails here for Baylor. A chance to get back in the two matches they got to stay alive in, and they both lose deuce points.
Yeah.
Famba now, a game away, and let's get court 3 up on one of these screens here. Westhoff, Famba's one game away with a chance to break and win the match, and if he doesn't, he still gets to serve for it.
You can see here on this court 5, maybe Baylor's starting to feel like, man, it's coming down towards the end here, right? Love 30, going for broke a little bit, but if he gets broken here, down 1-5, Famba maybe gets a break here. This match could be over within the next 3 minutes. Chris, this might be an early prediction, but if this match ends 4-1 and I told you the only point they were going to lose is Pennington Jones playing and he was going to lose, would you have believed me?
No, that's, definitely not what we would see coming. But, I'm sure you had those. It's funny how things like that work out. I'm sure you had those days at North Carolina where not many of them, since I think you lost, 2 singles matches your freshman year maybe. But, those matches where we come in and go, hey, if I told you that North Carolina was going to win 4-1, but the loss was going to be Will, we'd all go, no, that's not happening. But it happens.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the levels, you could play someone ranked 1, you could play someone unranked. The level's there, right? All these guys are good, and all these guys can play. So, I think you got to be prepared. But Famba here has 15-30. He can get this point on the board. That's a pretty big moment. I'm not sure. I don't think this score is... Okay, here. So another break point here on court 5 as well.
Wow.
Wow. Break on the left.
Yeah, Wampy not happy about something.
Break on the left and break match point, break point, everything point on the right. If Baylor's back is ever against the wall, it is right now. Bales long for Famba's match. First match point. Oh.
A small victory, but it's just all TCU's way right now.
Famba just narrowly missing long.
There's the four. Yeah, would not surprise me at all to just knowing he's still got a serve coming up. Famba may just tee off here.
Yeah.
He's frustrated. Go ahead and just tee off on the return, and if he misses, whatever, I'm serving for the match.
Yeah, of course. You got to think that he's got a good chance with a serve like his, but I think if you're him, you want it right now.
Yeah, I could see slap forehand just right back at the feet of Milodinovic.
Oh, what if that rolls over?
The lead ace.
You like a run around here or backhand line winner?
I'd rather run around.
Was that called out?
It was wide. Called it wide, yep. Did what he had to do, force Famba to serve it out.
And as we have match point here on court 5, looks like Famba might be serving for the dual match here in a second on court 3.
Yeah, three minute points here. That's it.
That's it, Chris. Maybe super producer, we can just narrow in on court 3 as Famba's serving now for the dual match. All right, still competing.
Still one, yeah. See if he can find a break. Baylor hoping to make them matter, but Louis Maxted just earned a split on 6 for TCU. Sandra Jong serving at 5-4-30 love to split on 4. So even if Milodinovic can find a way to keep this alive, those other 2 matches now just getting one starting a third and the other looking like it's about to go 3.
Massive third and forehand combo.
And I guess being 9:30 on a Wednesday night, a reminder for anybody that might have tuned in, our normal deciding point broadcast where we cover the men's side of the house every Wednesday live at 9 p.m. pushed out a day this week. We'll do that tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Gruskin and I will be back to cover that with this match coming in on Wednesday. So tomorrow night, 9 p.m., we'll have the men's deciding point. And then, of course, don't miss Gruskin on the call all weekend starting Friday for the women's national indoors in Seattle. Oh.
Wow. Ginormous hitting.
Milodinovic he got away with one there. He got caught in no man's land on I think I'm going to come in. No, I better not. And the ball was, right at his feet, 4 feet in front of the baseline.
Nonetheless, still huge points here if you want to have any chance of this match.
That was a little windy point, too. So to your point here, this could be a 3 to 4 stroke rally.
Absolutely. All right, we'll see. We'll see if he goes 140 second serve here.
Yeah. Bails on the thought of another long rally?
My guess is no. But we'll see. Wow.
It would at least make it interesting here if Milodinovic can get it back on serve.
Absolutely.
Those other guys on, on 4 and 6 that are just starting third sets now. Sandra Zhang did indeed close out his second set for a split. So courts 4 and 6, both going to a third. Jeez.
Wow. What a
Just
point,
so
though.
big.
All right, dual match point right here, Chris. This is it, all or nothing.
I feel like Famba's just going 2 first serves no matter what.
Yeah. Let's see. My guess is he goes, I don't know, he hit that slider T on the last point. I don't know if I would have gone back the same way, but if I'm Famba, I'm going massive body.
Yeah, just big right down the middle.
And the let cord.
Wow, that's tough.
Tough way to end a great top 10 matchup, but credit to TCU for fighting because Baylor did a good job there.
Looking to see, I would assume they are not playing these out.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're shaking all their hands.
And that concludes tonight's final match. With the final score,
Yeah,
TCU 4,
definitely not. Wow.
your men's tennis team returns to
Tough one for Baylor. They had gotten themselves back in it. Looked like they had a shot, but man, TCU just too good everywhere except for Pennington playing his first match. They were just too good.
Yeah, I mean, credit to them. They managed to fight through a Baylor comeback. They won 4 first sets. Credit to TCU. That third set being so quick was a killer for Baylor. TCU won a third set that felt like it was in 20 minutes. Kind of didn't let Baylor go on a run there, and credit to them. And, you got to think that if Pennington Jones is healthy and playing well, they're going to be a real dangerous team.
Yeah, I mean, dangerous. Look, one of the things we see year in, year out with TCU is they have some guys that some of the guys on the team have struggled with health concerns. You throw Pennington on the roster, they've legit got 2 guys that are going to be sitting now that could easily be playing. So they've got plenty of depth. They can even absorb that. There's clearly going to have to be, I would say them along with a team like Ohio State favorites for the indoors coming up next weekend. Now, it'll be interesting to watch. So we'll keep an eye on that.
You also have to think too, that was a 4-1 match, but was a lot closer than that. You got to think if Baylor could have won that doubles point and, maybe finagled their way into a little bit of a quicker third set in their direction, they might have been all 3-3 there, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. So TCU probably the better team today and the way they've been playing, the better team this season. So credit to them.
Yeah. Well, hey, Will, thank you for joining us. I assume you back on the court in Dubs tomorrow or Friday?
Back tomorrow. Yep, we play tomorrow.
Tomorrow you can catch Will in Dallas at the ATP tournament playing Dubs with Miomir Kesmanovic, and we will be back here tomorrow night 9 p.m. for the deciding point, and then all day Friday with Gruskin in the women's national indoors. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow.